Hello everybody, welcome back once again. Playing Shadowrun here. I just wanted to point out one thing. I actually lost some footage, unfortunately, so not exactly sure what happened there. My recording software just totally took a crap on me, and of course I saved after I had done not much, but some. So what I'm actually going to do here is just go through the steps kind of that I've already done. And unfortunately, there won't be able to really. I'll try to do a decent job of describing what actually is happening, but you know the dialogue is basically already done, so I can only do so much here. But anyways, all right. So the first part, which technically I do have footage of, is the initial conversation with Caleb Brightmore, which I think is here in Seattle. Not Matchstick. He's in the Icarus Descending. So over here. Keep in mind that if you haven't talked to Boris about Michael yet, you can't get in here unless you've got an elf with you or your reputation is high enough. So do one of those things. Alright, so I'd like to go in. And let's chat here. Alright, so I'm looking for some information. I need some questions answered, so I don't think that's what I thought. So, unfortunately, you know, because that footage was lost, you can't really see the dialogue option. But anyways, you do need to talk to Caleb about Frosty, I think it is. Yes, Frosty. So, next stop is going to be the Terraslar City Inn? Yeah, I think I'm saying that right. So let's do that, and that is in Puyallup Barrens. It's actually the same place that Tabitha Shale was at, which, you know, unfortunately, us paying her a little visit, not led to her death, but just a coincidence. And here we are. All right. Looking for an elf named Frosty. I haven't seen her in a couple of days, but that's not too unusual. If you're in a hurry, you might try the Sin Search, land south of the Amerindian village. Sorry, she went through some harrowing ritual to become a tribal member. Alright, talk to you later, Tim. And we're going to be doing more or less the same thing. Or I should say, have already done the same thing. Man. So the tough thing now is I've gone through, you know, a bit of this, and so actually, yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do actually is I'll kind of describe here. So actually, what we would do is we'd talk to Sharky here. We'd go with procure your services, and her second option there says I need to get to the Sin Search. I'm not actually going to do that because I've already done that. But anyways, you go to the Sin Search and talk to the tribal elders. And they'll say that they want to test you, and obviously you agreed with a test, and they send you to Red Buffalo Woman. I'm actually just not going to, you know, go with that there. But anyways, after you've gone to the Sin Search and told them that you agree to be tested, as you leave, the elf will actually ask you if you want to go back to the road, and you want to tell him yes. And it's only 1,000 Nuyen to get all the way back to basically the terminal. And so let's just we'll just say that you've done that. And at that point, you'll need to go to Red Buffalo Woman, which is here at the Salish Shid. I always feel like I'm saying that name wrong. Oops, what's going on here? Why can't I? Oh, I need a visa. Oh, did I not? Okay, so apparently I didn't get that. Alright, so let's go do that. Alright, so let's go to Council Island. Gosh, did they, like, revoke my visa or something? I don't know. I feel like I've already done this, but anyways, let's do it again, I guess. Alright, I'd like to purchase a passport to the American Indian lands. 500, Alright, so enjoy your visit. At one point, I had to wipe my criminal record via one of the contacts. I forget which one of them does that, but because apparently I committed some crimes, and they don't like that, and you can't get in there if you've got a criminal record because your passport basically fails. But anyways, so again, after we go to the Sin Search, they'll send you to Red Buffalo Man, which is over here in Salish. Shid? I again, most likely saying that wrong. And here she is. She looks up, introduces herself as Buffalo Woman. If I don't give any visitors here, so I have nothing to offer you, but I wish you well on your good day. Yeah. And so when that quest basically isn't active, Red Buffalo Woman doesn't have anything to say to you. But once you've delivered the the gift to her, she will return, or she will give you a gift to return back to the Sin Search, okay? So again, you'll need to go back to the Sin Search, talk to the tribal elders, and then at that point, they will send you to Caleb, which I'm not going to do that part either because, obviously having done that dialogue already, he wasn't telling us anything. But Caleb will tell you information. Basically, the tribal elders say that in order to kind of prove yourself, you need to break Eileen out of Hollywood, or bring her back to them. And she unfortunately is locked up in Hollywood. That's what Caleb tells you. At which point you need to break her out of Hollywood, which I'll actually go through there just for fun again, even though I've already done it. But for the sake of the walkthrough, we will do it one more time. So I'll just walk in here again. She's gonna be gone already because I've already busted her out. But in here, I'm just gonna gun down the guards. They're crazy easy now. And I think she is. I know she's in like the far cell. I just don't remember. I think this is it though. I think it is. Nope, not that one. I think it's right here. Yeah, so you'll should be able to tell because the Maglock is a 5. With enough electronic skill, or you just use a frag grenade to bust in here, and she'll just be standing here, and then she'll tell you that she's going to go to speak with Gunderson. Basically, long story short, she got screwed over by some of her friends, and she took the fall for basically a Shadowrun gone bad, and ended up here. So we break her out, and she's not, unfortunately, very grateful because she still charges us if we want to use her as a Shadowrunner. I'm not going to end up doing that, but I'll just show you her stats and whatnot. So saved. I'm going to dismiss Rihanna for the time being because we need to make room for Eileen, and Eileen will be here in the jump house. Alright, so Eileen Two Fists is here. What can I do for you, Joshua? Looking for some information. And then you can ask her what's her story. I went to the Barrens to find some action. At the time, I thought my life needed some adventure. Anyway, I get involved with these Joy Boys who tell me they know how to get their hands on some serious Nuyen. Well, yeah, you always have to be aware, and watch out for those Joy Boys. So I hook up with them on this run against Ares, and what do you know, my buddies set off the alarm while I was checking ahead. Before I knew what hit me, corpse strike teams were swarming all over, and I end up in Hollywood Pen. I'll always be grateful to you for pulling me out of that hole, Joshua. Alright, so let's... okay, we can ask about Thawne. Word inside he's new to Seattle, and he came here looking for something, but nobody knows what. He was rumored to be working with Renraku on something maybe related. I also heard one of Thawne's lieutenants is named Vigor, which should be a familiar name. He did some time in Hollywood, but I stayed out of his way. Alright, let's ask some more questions. What can you tell me about Alicia? He was a hero to my people. His deeds are legend, but they are best spoken of by someone more gifted than I in his lore. The elders believe his name still carries power, but most of the young doubt it. Alright, let's talk about a different subject, and I'm looking for a runner. Suppose I'd be interested in another run with you. I don't think we've ever been on a run though. Okay. Anyway, maybe it's because I wonder if I hired her and then kicked her to the curb. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. Anyways, I need someone for the short term, and we just want to take a look at her her lack of gear, which she has nothing, which is wild. Really, I mean, honestly, she just got busted out of jail, so that sort of makes sense, but at the same time, I mean, where was this, when you break her out, she says something about a homemade pistol, and she's like, thank goodness for prison shop class, or something like that, and it's like, yeah, that's great, but where's this homemade pistol? It's not in her inventory. Where are you hiding it? But anyways, let's take a look at her attributes. A 5 in the body, so she's got 1 to go there. Same with the quickness. She does have a muscle replacement though, so that's bringing her quickness up to a 6, as well as that. Yeah, I guess the strength obviously being a 7 then. Charisma, which doesn't really matter for her. She needs a point in intelligence, 2 in willpower. She's got a bit of essence to work with. I'll go through her her potential for more cyberware here in a minute. But firearms is a 4. This is probably the best. Well, I mean, she's got some pretty good base stats, body and quickness already at 5. That's pretty good. Strength I don't care about, obviously, because it's I don't melee and I don't throw grenades, so don't really care about that. But anyways, like I said, the firearm stat being a 4 is pretty good, and then she's got zeros, which is actually really good because then you can boost her all the way up to 16. Now, unfortunately, though, her melee combat is a 6, which means she's got a ton of wasted karma in a stat that I would never end up using. Only a 2 in throwing, so not much wasted there, but still a waste. Biotech is at least a 3. Not great, but something. Her reputation doesn't matter. Negotiation is only a 4. It would be better if this was higher, right? Because then buying equipment and things with her and cyberware would be a little bit cheaper, but probably not the worst. But anyways, yeah, if you want to use her, she's got some good stats. She's got a long ways to go though, if you really want to trick her out well. Anyways, let's go take a look at some cyberware here. Actually, let's see what she's got. So she's got the hand razors, which is a waste. I don't melee, so that to me that's garbage. But 1 muscle replacement and 1 wired reflexes. So at least she's got a little bit of cyberware already done. But still a little ways to go. The 0.1 wasted for the razors is whatever. It's not. It honestly doesn't block or doesn't prevent you or me, or wouldn't prevent me from getting. Oops, I'm in the wrong building. Getting anything that I would want anyway. So whatever. Not that big of a deal. Let's head on in here. All right, need of your services, cyberware. So what I would do is go with 1 more wired reflexes, because and I forgot to mention this in the previous video, but the first upgrade for wired reflexes costs 2 essence, but the second one only costs 1. So 3 total if you want to get 2 wired reflexes, which I definitely always do. And then you can see here the 3rd upgrade would be back to 2. I don't know why that's the case. That has always seemed a little weird to me, but it is what it is. You get a bonus for the second hit of wired reflexes. And then you could go with another muscle replacement and then like maybe a dermal. I don't think that, I wouldn't do that. I would probably just do dermal plating, although, I don't know. Honestly, actually, probably what I would rather do with her would be to do 1 more muscle replacement, but skip the dermal plating and then get a smart link and cyber eyes. So I'll just show you. Now she's got 0.2 left over, which means you could upgrade to the spurs, but whatever. That's on a character that I'm never going to use melee attacks with. That seems kind of pointless. But yeah, that is how I would set up. Again, Cyber Eyes, Razors, which she started with, the Smart Link, because I would end up with an SMG with her. And then the 2 muscle replacement and wired reflexes. And then, you know, maxed out, she'd be at an 8 for quickness. Yeah, so that's probably what I would recommend now. Basically, I'm done now with her, though. I'm actually not going to use her, obviously, so I'm just going to reload my game. And at this point now, we can go back to the tribal elders. So let's call... Oops, not the taxi. Sorry, buddy. Sorry to call you there and waste your time. Vidphone, Sharky, procure your services. I need to get to the Sin Search. Easy money. And here we will report our successes in busting Eileen out. Alright, I'd like to speak with the tribal elders. Oh, how may I accommodate you this fine day? This guy really changes his tune. He's like super racist and he admits it the first time you meet him. But yeah, he even calls us sir. Yeah, so things have really changed around here. Alright, anyways. We'll show you to the Lodge of the Elders. The elders assemble and Lady Jillian steps forward. We have received word that all is well with Eileen. We are very gracious, but there is one last part of the ritual to complete. Thirdly, will you promise to aid, defend, respect the Sin Search, both the land and the people, for the rest of your days? Simply answer yes. Thereby you will prove your faithfulness. Yep, I do. Your answer pleases Lady Jillian. She leads you outside where an initiation ceremony has begun. The entire elf tribe of Sin Search has assembled outside. They hush as Lady Jillian begins. This individual, known as Joshua, has proven himself worthy to be called a friend of the Sin Search. We grant him honorary status in our tribe. May Alicia, our first chief, watch over Joshua as he watches over the actions of all the tribe. The tribe begins in elvish chant, then silence fills the air. Slowly they each come up, rest their hands on your shoulders, and call you brother. Oh, this is kind of like Avatar? Did Avatar rip off Shadowrun? Anyway, Lady Jillian then invites you back to the elders' channel. Hot. What's going on now? Hey, Jillian, what's going on? Now that you are an honorary member of the tribe, I can answer your questions. All right, what can you tell me about Alicia? He was the first chief of our tribe. His ideals are what all members of the Sin Search attempt to achieve. His known deeds are recorded as object lessons, and his life is an example to all elves. You would do well to study him. What do you know about someone named Thon? Little is known of this disgusting individual, except he has taken a great interest in the Sin Search. His purposes cannot be benign, but as of yet we cannot fathom his true intent. We only know his 2 toads, Vigor and Jarl, have been desecrating our land for over a month now. We have gathered that Thon is a powerful fighter, but he is intelligent enough to let others do the fighting for him whenever possible. This also appears to be true with his bidding. I'm looking for an elf named Frosty. Ah, Jane Foster. She is the student of one of the most powerful and secretive elves in Seattle. She came to Seattle under mysterious circumstances and has worked with her patron ever since. She said that before your paths can cross, you must first seek the wisdom of your ancestors. I must go along with her desires and cannot yet take you to her. Return here when you have attained wisdom. Alright, the guard shows you back to the front gate. Do you want... Yeah, we want to take a ride back. Alright, I think... So that is it for the elf portion, I believe. Yeah. I think that's probably going to be it for this one. Yeah, it's probably good. It's a really short video. Again, with the lost footage, though, that's really what, yeah, that's what cut this one down. But yeah, I think that portion wasn't too bad as long as you've got Frosty. I'm sorry, Sharky. She saves you so much time in just traveling. So, ooh, Bandersnatch. A little fight here before the end of the video. Okay, well. Yeah, not much of a fight. Everything eats dirt pretty quick these days. But anyways, that is going to be it for this one. So as always, I hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.